Alrighty, guys. Welcome to episode 236 of the Michael Lab Show. We have a short episode today. Today is going to be a 30-minute podcast. I have my reasons. I have school today. I have to take a quiz. I got to make sure I'm learning what I'm supposed to be learning, so I can get a good grade, and then I can get employed. And then when I get employed, I can get a good job and pay my taxes. So I can help the government save us all. So the government can take my taxes and do shit with it, because that's what they do. They are a trained business that knows how to run everything. Everything. I want to spend the first minute or two or 20 minutes of the podcast. I haven't weighed myself in 20 days. Round of applause for me. Thank you so much for the support. I haven't weighed myself for 20 days. I feel good. I'm doing cardio 4 to 5 times a week, and it's just 45 minutes walking. I'm reading a healthy amount. My money situation is better than it ever has been in my entire life. And I've been eating food that makes me feel good. I feel good. I mean, I feel like I'm in a good place in my life. And you know, that's a rare place to be in. And when you can get there, you have to embrace it, embody it, let it be you. Let it have sex with you. Let it be part of you. Let it produce more moments. You need to know how it feels when shit's going well. So when shit's going bad, you can recognize that. What do they say about people that they're depressed? You never know when you're depressed. You just know when you have been depressed. So when you get out of depression and you're on the upswing, that's when you know you were depressed. And you know, that's the reality of it. You know, we get so caught up in the moment, and shit just, it feels like that Pokemon, that purple one with like all like the yarn, and it looks like a bush, but there's no like end in sight. There's no beginning in sight. It's just twisting up in your head, and like things just happen in a weird way, you know? So that's that. I'm in a good state. I feel good. I feel strong. I'm lifting heavy again at the gym, which feels nice. I'm squatting 300 pounds plus again. Haven't done that in a long time. I mean, there was a point just 2 months ago where 225, so just 245s on each side, felt heavy as shit, where I was doing it for like 3 reps. I feel sturdy again. I feel strong. I'm doing usually this time of the year I struggle because I end up just snapping and I eat everything, and I continuously weigh myself, so I hate myself, so then I binge even more. I tend to not do cardio this time of the year, and I tend to just say F it. I'm a big F it kind of guy, if you can't tell. I say F it a lot, and then I just go off the reservation. Is that going off the reservation? Is that against the rules to say? Because it's Native Americans being kicked off the reservation? I'm not too sure. I can't believe I put on those glasses earlier in the last episode. Losing my mind, yeah. Out of control, out of bow. Anyways, yeah, so things have been going well. Things have been going well. Taylor and I are probably going to be taking a trip to New York City here soon, just to kind of get away from everything, going to New York City where everything is. So we'll see. We're vaccinated, so we can go anywhere we want. It's, a lot of stuff's going on in my head right now. Anyway, school's going well. I'm going to be graduating here in a few months. I want to give a shout out to, the Asian culture, the Asian community. I've been eating, so I went to the store, and this is not a joke. Like, I'm being dead serious here. The food that we eat in this world, the majority of it came from Asia. And I was eating noodles, right? Let me backtrack here. I've been really trying to save money because I'm really trying to invest as much as I can. 100K is my goal. I want to be at 100K in 2 years. That would be ideal by 27. I would love to be at 500K by 30. It probably won't happen. But that would be the ultimate goal, to be like, I don't know, a millionaire by 40. That would be really nice. But we'll see. I know like that sounds crazy. I'm like, Mike, what the hell are you talking about? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's not going to happen. And you're probably right, and it probably won't happen unless I can start making money from other places. Hence, looking for a new job right now. But what was I talking about? Why did I get on my phone? Oh yeah, so I was eating noodles, and so I've been trying to save money so I can invest more money. So what does that cause me to do? That's caused me to go ahead and purchase oodles and noodles. So ramen, top ramen, so cheap. I got like a 20 pack, or I don't know, even probably more than that, but I think like a 25 pack for like $5. Like a quarter of a pack of noodles. Like, those aren't inflated, and they taste awesome. And I know like people complain about the sodium. Just don't use a whole sodium pack. If you're gonna have one thing of noodles, just use like a little bit of the sodium pack. The issue becomes when you use a whole sodium pack for one noodle. Like today, like before this podcast, it's currently 10:30 in the morning, and I had one seasoning pack for 3 packages of noodles, and I did that because I go to school, so I'm hungry during the day, so I try to eat as much as I can before I go to school, because I won't be home until like 7:30. Like these Wednesdays they're killer, dude. Like they're killer. Like, up at 6, gym, at 11 today. So in 30 minutes, I have therapy, which is amazing. I started therapy last week, and it is it's a game changer. It's one of those things that you don't want to do. If you've been in therapy before, and I don't know how many of my listeners use therapy as a tool. I use it as a tool. I love it. It costs, you can go through insurance, but it costs me money. I go through BetterHelp.com/TMLS. I'm just kidding. Don't have a promo code. I use Theo Von's promo code. But it's a game changer. Just having somebody to talk to, it really does help. It really does help, because you don't realize like the stressors of just getting through the day. They're there, and it's really hard to conceptualize it. And when you can like break things down, whether it be like eating disorders, or whether it be like depression or anxieties, or just like, so the reason why I went ahead and got a therapist is because I'm making a huge change in my life, right? I'm moving out. Taylor and I are moving in together. We're moving in together, plus a new job, plus moving out of state. Like it's going to be a strain on our relationship. It's going to be a strain on both of us individually. Like, it's a hard thing to do just together, or just being individuals. And then when you add in a relationship, it becomes more difficult. So in my head, I want to be the best I possibly can be in every situation. So what do? I go ahead and hire a therapist just to get me through this time period. And if I fall in love with it, I'll go ahead and continuously use the therapist. So I went ahead and I did get a therapist. So, that's just like, I have therapy in 34 minutes. And when I start therapy, I'm also going to be leaving at 11. So I'm just going to do a phone call therapy, and I'm driving on my way to Towson. So it's like just a lot of things going on, and it's, it's a constant battle. Like, you want that, right? You want to be busy, because busy means you're accomplishing things. And in my head, I think you should sprint and get things done. Life is a marathon, right? It's a long journey, but there's times in your life when you can sprint. And like, I think the people who do well in life are when those moments come and they choose to sprint instead of just sitting on the sidelines. And right now is the time in my life where I should be sprinting. I'm in school, right? So I have to do that. But at the same time, there's so much opportunity, whether it be like I don't know if you guys have been watching, but like, just look at cryptocurrency right now. Like, we're living through a moment in history where people are finally like, I've only been in crypto I've only been paying attention to it for about 2 years now. So like, not that long, but it's so obvious to me that this is here to stay. Cryptocurrency is the future. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be a currency. It has inherent value. It is an asset. It's an asset against inflation. It's a hedge against inflation. And you have billionaires saying that. George Soros is using it. Like, it is also the way out of like poverty. I truly believe that. Like, I forget who it was. I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to get this wrong. Rogan just had a guy on his podcast. Oh no, not Rogan. Lex Friedman did. Lex Friedman just had a gentleman on his podcast by the name of Alex Gladstein. And Alex Gladstein he runs a organization, not just any organization. It's like Jesus Christ, crypto's just going off to the effing moon. So much money is being made a day. Jesus Christ. The days when the market does well, there's literally no better feeling on a day where the market's kicking ass. Especially on a day when I'm working too. Like when I'm at work, so I'm getting paid each hour. And on top of that, I'm making my entire, I'm making like a half a paycheck in the same day. It's a game changer. You know, it's a game changer. My portfolio is up 22%, you know? But like when these George Soros or these people are investing in it, like this guy Alex Gladstein was saying that just some of the numbers he was saying were absolutely stunning to me. Stunning to me. Like 53% of the world is currently under a dictatorship or authoritarianship. What's it called? It's 53% of the world's under a dictatorship. North Korea, Russia, China, Myanmar, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Syria, a lot of countries in Africa. And he's making the case that Bitcoin is going to be the way out of it. There's a limited supply of it, right? So that's a huge bet against inflation. You know, the more you make of something, the lower the intrinsic value of it goes down. You know, and that's kind of the whole debate with like the way that our government's been printing money. You know, the dollar is the currency of the world, right? It's the most powerful currency in the world. Every country equates their currency to the dollar because the dollar is the most powerful currency that's ever been around the whole world. And then we used to put our dollar up against gold, and now we don't. So, but there's been this heavy influx of dollars into the market, not just into the market, but into the economy. So what happens is when this happens, so it's a complex thing. I'm not an economist. This is just the way that I'm perceiving what's going on right now in this country and in the world in general. So you have a pandemic, it shuts things down, right? For a good reason. We didn't understand what COVID was. And then June and July came around, we started getting real numbers. In my head at that time, we should have started opening up, which we did. But we should have done it at a much more rapid level. And here's like the lessons that we learned. We should have, yes, we should have done the vaccine. I'm vaccinated. I think vaccines are good. I would never tell somebody they should or should not get a vaccine, just like I would never tell someone they should and should not do anything. You know, I'm a libertarian in that sense. I'm like freedom. And like I don't pick and choose freedom. Like, you know, the left is pro freedom. Drugs, marijuana, but they're not, and you know, sexual orientation and all this stuff, gay marriage, but they're not pro freedom, free choice, right? I mean, freedom of speech, right? And they're not freedom with medicine. They don't think you should even have the choice. They think you should be forced to get vaccinated. And the right is the same way. They think of freedom of guns, freedom of speech, but they also don't think a woman has a right to abort their child, you know? So I'm a libertarian in the sense that I truly believe in freedom. I think a woman should be able to abort their child. I think you should be allowed to carry guns, but there should be restrictions on it. I also think that you shouldn't have to get the vaccine if you don't want to get the vaccine, but there is consequences if you don't get the vaccine, like losing your job. I think that's wrong, but as of right now, that's the reality of it. So when the pandemic started kicking off, when you cut down jobs, when you close businesses, the whole thing runs off of money. This whole world runs off of money. Money is the backbone of the whole world, right? Especially our country. You know, people shit on America so much, but the only people who really shit on America is Americans. There's a reason why there's an influx of people in here all the time. if you look at the border of Mexico, there's a reason why there's thousands and thousands of Haitians, Mexicans, El Salvadorians, Guatemalans coming here to this country. It's not because our country sucks. It's because our country's amazing, you know? And, like, that's why people come here. The audacity to say that this country's horrible, say that to an illegal immigrant. Just say that to an illegal immigrant. I've worked with a lot, and I'm telling you, man, they work their faces off to live in this country. And you're born here in this country, and then you're going to sit back, go to college that's paid for by your parents who worked really hard in a capitalistic society to get you to a great college, because in a communist country, there are no great colleges. They're all the same. And you don't get to choose your occupation. It is chosen for you. And you have the audacity to sit into a college dorm room and debate with your friends about Marxism. About Marxism when you're sitting in the most beautiful campus, Stanford or Harvard. And you think this country's gone, you think this is the worst country in the world. Mind-blowing to me. But let's stay on track, ADD. That's crazy. That is so insane, though. But people do it. It makes. Shouldn't upset me, but it does upset me because it's like, what are we doing here? But I understand, though. Like, children argue. Children don't understand things. Jesus Christ, crypto is just moon shooting only to the moon. Only to the moon. It's gonna watch it just drop super hard and just a rug gets pulled out from under me. I lose all my money. Dude, oh my God. It's going off, dude. Holy shit. Holy fuck. That's crazy, man. 3 months, 103, 106%. Jesus Christ, dude. My portfolio is looking spicy. Fuck, I gotta get on track. I only have 13 minutes left. But what happens is when holy shit, did you see that right there? Scared the crap out of me. When inflation, when you pump money into the system, you pass these bills, and yes, they should be used, right? Well, now there's an excess amount of money in the country, right? You're pumping the system with money, okay? That's fine, that's good. And, you know, it was good the first 2 times, right? Maybe the first time, maybe the second time, but absolutely the first time. Like, when both the parties came together, they passed this bill, and everybody agreed. Everybody agreed with each other. This was good. You know, this paid for rent. This paid for, a lot of people paid off their credit card debt, which was good. Not good for banks, but good for people, because banks make money off of interest. And it was good. But then what happens is so much people have put money into the market, which is good too. But a lot of people keep their money in their pockets, their savings. And once things start opening back up, then they start spending again. And then there's so much money going into the market, it forces prices to go higher and higher and higher and higher. Because people are demanding items that can't get made because people aren't working. So you have this inflation, and people call inflation the poor man's tax, because inflation only hurts the poor people, and the poor lower class, lower middle class, even upper class, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're just inherited money. But let's say something that was, let's say this time last year, gas was $2.50. Now gas is $3.50. Okay. So gas is $1 more now. You get 15 gallons to your tank. You're spending $15 extra each time you fill up your gas tank. That's $60 each month if you fill up 4 times a year. That's $720 more a year. Okay, so you're spending $720 more a year because gas has gone up a whole dollar. That's a lot more than a 5% inflation. But let's just use that. Now your job is not going to pay you more, right? And if they do, they're not going to bump you up 5%. They won't match the inflation, which they should do. A job should, but they won't because they're a job. And it makes sense because you have this is the competitive this is the competition right here between an employee and an employer. Employers trying to maximize their profits, and employees trying to maximize their personal profits. So when they maximize their profits, it hurts the profits of the company. So there's this balance. This is beautiful balance. It's actually kind of amazing that it even works that way. But there's this balance. So an employer would say, I want a 5% increase in my pay. And an employer is like, absolutely not. No, I'll give you a 2% increase. You either work or you don't work. So the employee eventually goes like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take a 2% rise. So, let's say they're getting paid $20 an hour. What's that? 0.02. So now they're getting paid $20.40 an hour. Okay. When in reality, what they should be getting paid is 20 times 0.05, $21. And the reason why is because that $21 is going to combat the inflation. So when inflation goes up 5%, you get a pay raise of 2%, inflation's 5%, you're still losing 3% a year. That 3% a year is an extra tax. So so they call it a poor man's tax. So if you're not investing in the markets, you're paying an extra 3% for everything. You're actually losing money. You think you're making money. Prices have gone up, so you're losing money. There's a 3% gap there. Now, when you hedge against inflation, it's this idea of investing, right? So the average return on the S&P 500 for the last 100 years is a 9% return. Okay. So if you take your money after it's been taxed, you're an employee, so you pay your taxes, Fed, state, whatever, Medicare, so you pay your taxes. Well, if you just put it in a savings account, you can see your money just sitting in the savings account is going to lose 5%, more like 5 or 4.9 because you get a little bit of interest, but nothing. So your $100 that you put into your bank account at the end of the year is only worth $95 because of inflation. Inflation, in my opinion, is going to continue to rise before it falls, and that's going to be an issue. So you can see that right there. You're losing $5 to your $100, which doesn't sound like a lot, but a 5% gain is a lot, right? So if you put that into an investment bank, so S&P 500, you put $100 in there. By the end of the year, if the stock market goes up 10%, you're up $110. Take away the 5% inflation. Now you've actually profited $5. So that's what they mean when they say you hedge against inflation. And this is the thing that I don't think they intentionally don't want you to know, but there's like a double-edged sword, right? Because you need these companies, you need their products need to get bought, right? And people do buy their products. But if everybody invested, then, well, I don't know. I don't know if it would work that way. But that's just something I just want people to understand that. So like when all the money's going into the market, that's a good thing. But it's not a good thing if there's like a rapid increase of money going into the market because you're pumping it full and and inflation goes up. And inflation hurts all of us because it costs more to do anything. Over time that will go down. But people are very worried, myself included, very worried about this new world that we created where we just create money. And call me an old head, call me an old school capitalist, but I don't think that things work that way. Like, if all you had to do was give people money for the world to work, we would be doing it. And we do it. We do it. That's what welfare is. But we do it because you can't make money, or because you're not making enough money, or because where you live, the money you make is not enough to cover the base of living in that area. That's a lot different than just giving people money each year. Especially if you're giving money to people each year and they're not producing anything, that's an issue. Like if you give people like $1,000 a month, that could work if they're working. If they're producing a product, a service, I think that could work. But if you're giving people $1,000 a year and then they are not putting anything into the economy, they're not at a factory producing things, they're not at a tech company producing IT, that's an issue. That's an issue because you're not getting any return on your investment. You invest time into things for things that happen. But if you're just investing money into things, into a product that doesn't do anything, or a person that doesn't do anything, you have an issue. I don't know where my point was with that. I guess it was just about overall inflation. Like This is an issue that we're going to have to deal with for a long time. And that's okay. It's not a bad thing. No, I didn't. I'm good. I've been, my stomach's, I don't know. But it's here to stay. It's the world that we've created, and hate it or love it, I think there's one way to beat it. You invest. Things are expensive right now. The world come down in price. So that's all I really had to talk about. What else I want to talk about? And like I said, I have therapy in 17 minutes, so this is not going to be a super long session today, super long podcast. I always get nervous for therapy. I don't know why. And if you guys get in therapy, just let me know. Like, do you get nervous too? I get nervous because I don't want to do anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm in therapy, so I can't, it would be, they wouldn't tell me, hey man, you're being a fucking idiot. Like, especially when it's on like, it's over, who is this dude? Hi, Michael. Let's make this easy so I don't blow up your inbox. Please choose one of the corresponding numbers. Maybe some advice on my job search would be helpful. Who is this guy? I'm okay, dude. These guys on like LinkedIn. Would you like to share your contact info? No, don't share. I don't want to talk. Like, I don't want to talk. I don't know. There's something weird about like these platforms where you get jobs. I like them. They're easy to get jobs nowadays. Like LinkedIn and all these platforms where you can just apply over online. But I don't like. It's my same issue with like text messaging. It's the reason why I don't like. If you text me, you probably hate it because I suck at responding. I just don't sometimes because I don't like having to be forced to respond to people. I just don't like that. It's like when someone knock at the door. I hate when people knock at the door because I feel like I have to answer. Like when you text me, like I feel like I have to answer even though I don't want to answer. And that's how I feel about like these platforms. I don't know. They're good. I've got a few interviews off of them. But I don't know. They're weird. I don't know. Yeah, guys, I don't really have too much more to get into. I have a lot of like topics I want to talk about. I really want to talk about that Dr. Gottlieb. Not Dr. Gottlieb, even though I do like Dr. Gottlieb, but that podcast that Rogan did with Dr. Ganja. Dr. Ganja, that's not his name. Mike, that was racist, Mike. What the fuck did I just paste? Sandra Gupta. That was good. It was a good podcast. And then they like, I don't know. Rogan has been going. Rogan is weird, right? Like I've been listening to him for a long, long time, but he's blown the fuck up, dude. He's blown up to like this international level. Everybody talks about him. Everybody knows who he is. Oh, that's one thing I want to talk about. This In-N-Out situation. Like In-N-Out came out. They just got shut down in San Francisco because they they refuse to check people if they're vaccinated. This is an issue, man. This is an issue in this country where we have gone so far with these vaccines, and like the fact that you have to be vaccinated to walk into a place is crazy. It's crazy, dude. Like if I told you 2 years ago, before you go anywhere to go eat a steak at Outback in Manhattan, you have to show them a piece of paper that says that you've taken a experimental drug in your arm. You'd be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then if I told you the companies that are giving you, and I'm not making any accusations here, I'm just stating the facts and the irony of it, that these companies that are injecting this drug in your arm are companies that have made people's billions of dollars, including the CEOs and the scientists that work for the company. Billions of dollars. You'd be like, what are you talking about? We don't even trust pharma. If you asked America 3 years ago, they would be like, no, Johnson & Johnson started the opioid pandemic. We don't trust any of these little fuckers. But now, we trust them all. We trust all these people. It's weird. It's weird, man. It's a weird situation. We're living in a weird world. But who knows? There's nothing we can do about it. We just got to live and deal with the situation that we've created ourselves, right, guys? But that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about. Like I said, just a 30-minute podcast. I have to get shit done today. I got to do therapy. I got to go to school. I got to take a quiz. I have to finish my Harry Potter, which I'm so excited to do. Then I'm going to be on the 6th one and then the 7th one, and I'll be done by Christmas, dude. I'll be done way before Christmas. I'll probably be done by Thanksgiving. Honestly, I'll probably be done before November. It's so good. But yeah, guys, if you enjoy the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, family, whoever you want to share it with. Yeah, do that, please. You can also donate to the podcast if you want to. The link is in the bio. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the weather. It's a little chilly out there. It might be sweater weather. It's a little nippy out there. Nippy? Nippy sounds weird. Should I say nippy? I don't know if I should say nippy. I'll say nippy. It's a bit nippy out there, guys. Be careful. And girls, guys and girls. Be careful out there. Don't freeze. It's going to start snowing here soon. I think like 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was snowing on Halloween. So it could be snowing, dude. Plus, the world's falling apart. Climate change is real. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you guys in Tuesday of next week. Peace out. See you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.